If I can't get a position that gives me the opportunity to be a leader, I would need to leave the firm. I had nothing lined up to go to, but ultimately, I took the risk of making it very clear I'm ready to be a leader. When they told me after a couple of months I'm going to be leading the Nigerian practice, some of my friends and relatives said to me, "What crime did you commit that they're sending you in the dark, deepest Africa?" And when I took my wife to go and have a look at Nigeria, it was a challenging situation because from the time we left Johannesburg, where the flight left 1.5 hours late, to the time we arrived in Accra, because there was no direct flights to Nigeria, we missed the connecting flight. And ultimately, when we reached Nigeria or Lagos and we were driving through to the accommodation, the military was all over the place. There were, sirens flying, because at that time Nigeria was under military rule. But in the end, even though it was a significant sacrifice for my family and for myself, for me, it was the best thing that happened to me. I thoroughly enjoyed the 2 years that I was there. And despite the 6 months when my family struggled, after 6 months of complaining, I told my wife, stop complaining and look at this as an opportunity and find solutions, but don't complain about what the problems are. And it worked out well in the end. But getting back to this program, I think for me personally, I definitely would encourage you to look at what's best for you in your careers, take risks, persevere, and ultimately you will get there to what you'd like to achieve. I think when you look at my, let's say, stint as the Goldfields chair, there's a number of things that you have to do. So for example, as I said, I was in London and I was there for meetings with a number of people. And after the meetings ended, I got a call to say, you know what, you've got to go to Ghana. So I thought, what do I need to go to Ghana for? And I said, no, I know there's challenges, but I have to go. So I left my wife alone in London and flew to Ghana to meet the president, to meet the ministers, and ultimately find a solution to the challenge that was being experienced in Ghana. And it's just about, the point I'm making here, it's about sacrifice. It's about learning what to do. And ultimately, the one thing we must never forget is your humble beginnings, or to remain humble in everything you do. And when you interact with people, it's important that how do you interact so you come across respectfully? And that's absolutely critical, because I've always said to my family as well, never forget your humble beginnings. You have to remember all of those things to help succeed. When I left the profession in 2015, and I got into what we call the non-executive director circuit, I actually realized I should have left earlier, because you don't know how much of knowledge you have until people ask you questions. And that's what happened to me when I was on these boards, and people would ask me questions and I would answer it, and I'd say, oh, that's impressive. I'm telling myself that. But people enjoyed it as well, because you've got to share the knowledge. And so that's what it's about. You've gained a significant amount of knowledge in your number of years as a graduate. But ultimately, it's about sharing that knowledge. I've got a very impressive CV in here, which Indrani read out. But in the end, it's about how can you share that knowledge. And ultimately, I think it's about being a mentor, finding a good mentor, finding a good role model that you can relate to. And that's what's key in terms of where you could succeed. The auditing firm that gave me the opportunity to become a trainee accountant, when I became a chairman in 2007, myself and my colleague who used to sit in the same room, I spoke to him, I said, let's go and celebrate together. We phoned the partner that gave us this opportunity and said, Larry, we're coming to have lunch with you. And we went across to his offices and we had lunch with him. And the thing is, he was so proud of us that he was the guy that gave us the opportunity to become what we are today. And it was really comforting. And it's also, don't forget that. Go back to the people that matter and thank them for what you the opportunities you've got. But don't forget, the knowledge you have will help you succeed, but it's how you portray yourself. You know, when I was with Arthur Anderson, which is quite long, 20 years, people used to tell me that when you project your image, it's about what you don't say or what you do. When you walk into a room, people must immediately say, I want to talk to that person. Here's the kind of confidence that I need to develop. And that sort of things you learn by traveling, by going and sacrificing and persevering. Now, I can go on forever. I don't want to take away the time. But I think the important point I want to make, don't be afraid to think big and have clear goals and objectives and take risks. You might stumble, you will stumble, and you will have challenges. I mean, when I saw people getting promoted before me, I'd say to myself, I know I'm better than you. I know I can do a better job than anyone in this firm, but I've got to wait for the opportunity. So when they said to me, you've got to go to Nigeria, I thought to myself, I think this would be the best opportunity for me to develop myself. So when I come back, I will have earned my stripes, and everyone would have to respect that. And it so happened that I was asked to go back, work in Nigeria for 3 years. In 18 months, I'd earned my stripes. And the partners came back to me and they said, it's time to go back. Your big challenge is you've got to find your successor. And that was my biggest challenge, finding a successor. But in the end, I found someone, and they said to me, in the 6 months, you're going to prepare yourself for what's going to happen when you go back. And in 2000, I came back to South Africa. And my biggest challenge with the people that I used to report to, now reported to me. Thank you. But the point is that when I dealt with the people, and there were 7 of them that were more senior than me, I had the confidence to sit with them individually and say, it's not about age, it's not about me being more senior than you. We all have to work together. You are responsible for your own destiny. If you don't deliver, you will be shown the door. And you have to take those bold decisions. You've got to associate yourself with winners, not losers. I said that to my son when he went to Cape Town to study. Don't associate yourself with losers. Find the people that would make you more competitive and make you more successful. And that's all I can tell you today. Congratulations once again. I wish you guys all the success that you deserve, and I'll be watching you. So go out and make it happen. Thank you very much.
We're declaring our gifts. So I think many pearls of wisdom, the one that I think resonates with our students and the high unemployment in South Africa. When I hold this certificate and I graduate, will I have a job? And we've listened to Yunus Suleiman telling us about being rejected from numerous companies. In fact, he couldn't get a job with his undergrad, right? So what did he do? He took on his honors. So early in life, he had to endure rejection. This takes me to an affirmation that delays are not his denials. And this builds resistance and resilience, forces us to learn patience, perseverance, and the mindset that I loved, not to crumble with rejection, not to accept that this is my fate and I quit, but to use that as a failing forward to climb up. And if Yunus hadn't had the qualities within and to really harness the power within him, we wouldn't be celebrating a chairperson several times over. A round of applause. A dynamic woman will grace us today, Ms. Charlotte Mukuna, who's responsible for leading strategies to attract, develop and retain key talent while safeguarding stakeholder relations and managing Sasol's brand. And we all know how volatile the mining industry is. So she drives the company's social impact and socio-economic development programs in the fence line communities, and she was appointed as Sasol's Group Executive Committee in February 2017. Charlotte's experience spans over 25 years in strategic human resources, organizational capability, leadership development, corporate reputation management. She's spent time in customer experience management as well, and corporate social impact, as well as management consulting. Her career across various industries spanning chemicals and energy, telecommunications, agri-processing, fast-moving consumable companies in beverages, management consulting, and as well as for the non-profit sector in education and, surprisingly, nursing too. She's a member of the International Women's Forum for South Africa, that is no surprise, and a board member of the National Business Initiative and the deputy chairperson for the Northwest University Business Schools Advisory Board and co-founder of non-profit organization Care for Carers. Without much ado, this dynamic, awesome woman on our stage. Over to you, Charlotte.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. First, I'd like to congratulate you. And I want you to remember that you have really achieved something that you do all by yourself. And that is a mark of excellence. So I just want you to applaud yourself, and the families to applaud you, and the families to applaud themselves. If you have a childhood like mine, and it's a childhood of strife, a childhood of poverty, and a childhood of dodging all of the challenges that we had to deal with in Soweto. I was born and raised in Pimville, Soweto, and I am the eldest of 4 girls. So when you are a firstborn in a family that's financially challenged, you just double up as a deputy parent by the time you're 15. And then I decided then when I was 15 that I'm going to set a philosophy for my life, and it's a philosophy of I'm going to get myself out of this childhood, and I'm going to get myself out of this situation, and I'm going to get my family out of this situation. And I worked very hard, and that became my philosophy. And I knew that one of the things that are really important for having a life of success is staying in your excellence. Because there are a whole lot of us. I mean, when I was in school, there were a lot of people. When I did my junior degree, there were a lot of us. So the question is, how do you pitch to the top of your group? How do you get to the top of whatever you are in? And how do you get to the top of your life? And then I went on after 1976. Everybody knows 1976. We had to be shipped out of Johannesburg. We went to boarding school. I first lived with my grandparents, and then I went into boarding school. When I finished matric in 1982, remember, I'm a deputy parent now. There's no money to educate deputy parents. So you're going to have to figure it out yourself. Then I went into working in Fortsburg at a small factory that made hats. So I worked here, and I was the most educated person there with a matric. But I worked there for a couple of months, and then I started applying. And I got as many rejections as all of us here. I think we used to get letters in the post. The one time I counted the rejections I had, there were more than 50 in 6 months. So you are going to get a lot of rejections, but they are not about you. They're about what's going on in life. So don't despair. And then I went and I then applied to Baragwanath Hospital. I did nursing. And when I realized when I was in nursing that I'm actually a serving person. I serve. And that became something that's a tenet of my excellence. Then I started saying, what are the jobs that'll make me money? And they are in service. And I can tell you now, whatever first job you get, whether it's a call center, or you are serving people in a restaurant, or you are cleaning, or you are whatever first job you get, do not underestimate the skills you're going to learn from that job. Up to till today, I still know that you've got to be on time. You've got to look professional. You've got to respect education, because I learned it in the health sector. And I also learned that data is important. If you don't know what 37.6 degrees Celsius mean, you do not work in a hospital. It is important to remember those. And then I went on to say, some of the philosophy of my life about excellence is I am going to use the one weapon I know that'll get me from here to where I'm going, and it was education. I am an alumni of 5 universities, and that is how I have really worked hard. And one of the things is that every single move in my life has to be accompanied by a qualification. When I had my daughter, I was 22, but I was already a nurse. So I went into nursing at 84, I went out of nursing at 86, I worked for a little while, got married, had a house, had a child in the middle of the year, in the middle of my junior degree. All my qualifications that I had acquired until I acquired a master's in commerce, this, in the middle of COVID in 2021, cum laude, I was a married mother. Every single one of them. And I held down jobs. So when I had my daughter, I was a nurse. And then when I had my son, I was a graduate at 2 universities. I had done my junior degree in the middle of having my daughter. I passed. And then I wanted to get into HR. And the only university that did HR at that time was Rand Afrikaans University, and it was in Afrikaans. So I had to go and say, I'm going to conquer this one as well. So I went in at RAU, at that time it's called University of Johannesburg now, and I did Menselike Hel Bronson Vikele. That's what I did. The lessons were in Afrikaans, the books were in English, and then I said, I am going to show my excellence. I read the books straight out, and that's how I passed that honors degree. And at that time, I was now going into having all of the jobs in corporate. So I went into corporate, and I had my first corporate job as a consultant. We worked with Transnet, and then I went into the Coca-Cola company. I went into Telkom, and then I went to Tonga Gillette, and I went into Sasol. So what am I going to share with you today? There are tenets of excellence. First is know yourself. What are you excellent in? What are your natural gifts? I cannot do mathematics. I don't do mathematics, I don't do mathematics. To a point where I did finance for non-financial managers 3 times. Because when I went out of being a junior manager to being an executive at Telkom, I made a word called EBITDA. And I looked at it like, what the heck is this? That's when I started my journey of understanding finance. Today you put the financial report of my company here, I know what it means. I know how value is added, I know how value is subtracted. And that's because I knew what I don't know, because I knew my excellence. And I stayed on it. I studied social sciences all the way to now, and I studied leadership and culture. I stayed in what I'm great at. The other thing that I did was, the first was that stay with rejection. The second one is know yourself. And then the third one is the fact that education, education, education. And the reason why I say that is that every single time when you meet a challenge, every single time when you meet something you need to learn, know that you can learn it through education. And for that, I just want to congratulate this university. I looked and I listened to you, Dr. Mako, about the excellent work in which you do here, the history of excellence, and the fact that you strive to create leaders with conscience, because that's what we need, that's what the world needs most at this point in time. When I went into leadership, I know it's not about me, and that's when excellence in service came out. I knew that the more powerful you become, the more humble you have to become. And I knew that it's not about me. So as you take leadership jobs, and leadership is not necessarily at work. You might be organizing a wedding. You might be helping a cousin bury their spouse. You take leadership that is formal, and you take leadership that is not formal. Places of faith. You take leadership. That's where you learn the most. And the other thing that's really important about excellence is discipline. You will never get to your top of your excellence if you're not disciplined. If you get swayed by everything, if you go with the friends you're not supposed to have. And that is the way in which you can get to excellence. So whatever infrastructure that you build around yourself is infrastructure that's going to make you win. And that infrastructure is who's in and who's out. Not all people I studied sub-A with are still here. Not all people I met in Baragwanath Hospital are still here. Not all people I did junior degree with are still here. I wave at them, I talk to them on Facebook, but they're not taking me where I am to. You cannot climb a tree holding on to its roots. You cannot climb a tree holding on to its roots. Find the ones in front of you. Most of the people that mentor me and most of the people that are important in my life are way older than me. Sometimes they tell me things I don't want to hear, like, no, you should have said it slightly differently. One of them criticized me because I always like a little bit of expensive life. It's like, I grew up in the townships, can I maybe own this handbag? And anytime I get that expensive handbag, I don't show her because she's going to say, do you understand income and expenditure? She's going to have me, but that's what it is. And some of them tell me, no, you were wrong. And some tell me, no, don't take that job. And that's the people that you need in your life. I call them my personal board of directors. Select them very carefully. So I'm going to give you a summary of the tenets of excellence that I have relied on. Number one is knowing yourself and knowing what are you excellent in. If you know you're not great in finance, don't try to do finance. Don't impress anyone. Be great in what you're great in. Secondly, education and continuous learning. It's formal education, it's experience, and it's exposure. And I'm going to talk about your vision and goals. You had Mr. Yunus talk about them. If you don't have a vision for your life, everybody will give you their vision. Even your parents will give you their vision. That's what we do as African parents. We will give you a vision if you don't have it. So have your vision, make sure that it's enriched all the time, and have goals. Every single decade of my life, I turned 60 2 weeks ago, every single decade of my life, I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to achieve. I don't always get it right, but I do get it to approximate. I say, I'm going to Cape Town. I might get to Swellendam, but I might get to Cape Town longer, but I am going to Cape Town. And I can tell you now, 6 decades later, whatever you plan will come to fruition, not exactly as you might have it. The other one is an attitude of excellence. Make it a philosophy of your life. Be excellent in your personal life. Be excellent in your spiritual life. Be excellent in your family life. Be excellent in your education. Most importantly, be excellent in your work and in your job, because that is the reason why you are here. And I know there is a thing that goes around that, I need to get to the top, I need to drive a BMW, and I need to do... You don't know what people have. Some people are born privileged. You don't know why they're driving BMWs at the same age as you. You don't. So hold on to your own path. In terms of staying in one job long, people like me that hire people would like people that sacrifice and go to Nigeria and live in Lagos when it's not even the best place for their families at that particular time, or maybe they thought. That's the kind that we promote. The kind that stays in a job long enough and show their excellence is the one that you promote. You have never seen and you have never heard that a helicopter crossed the Atlantic Ocean, have you? And you've never heard that a Boeing landed in Hartis, have you? So why do you think that you can hop around jobs and you become a helicopter and we don't know your greatness, but you want to get to the top of what organization? For you to be a leader, you have to stay the course and sharpen your excellence and build on it. Get the education, get the experience, and get the exposure you need. And for all of that, you need a plan. And you know what? You have halfway the plan, because here you are. You have satisfied the requirement to be awarded your qualification. And for that, I want to say congratulations once more. The world is all yours. Find your excellence and stay in your excellence. And that will get you everything you ever hoped for. And I hope that I will meet you one day when I come to ask for a job for myself as a CSI help or something. But I'm looking forward to your leadership, your greatness. I want to read about you. I want to know, and when I read that, I will see that you graduated here. And I wish you all of the success that you deserve. You have everything you need to succeed, including the qualification you got in today. Go well and keep at it. Thank you.
Wow. That was wow, right? Absolutely. Charlotte really brought one of Madiba's quotes really to life when she said, education was her weapon. Do you remember his quotation? Education is the most powerful weapon when you can use it to change the world. And her world has been shaped by using education 5 universities later, many accredited qualifications later. But it wasn't just that. Speaking to you, she spoke about how to get yourself up there as an executive and not being the helicopter over Harties. I loved that. So apart from education, and that's what happens, isn't it? There's a confidence and sometimes a tad bit of arrogance once we have that paper in our hand that I should get to the top really quickly. And so she spoke about discipline, staying power, characteristics of hardships, that you don't have to go into a boardroom and start selling yourself because you're staying power by virtue of where you've worked and how you have traversed treacherous paths really gives depth of your character. So thank you so much for preparing our graduates in their journey to become executives like yourself and Eunice. Thank you again, Charlotte. And now for that moment that you've been sitting there and trying to get some words from them, but the whole time is, for the ladies with stilettos, you've practiced not falling on this red carpet many times, right? But you still wanted to get those glitzy shoes on. And getting your moment, you've prepared your family and friends exactly where to stand so they could have you caught in that moment. So it is your time. Do we have our higher certificate graduates in preparation to come onto stage? Right. Let me...
Phethane phuma esiqwini kade bekuvulele ngithi phuma uveze ukono lwakwazi kulindile izizwe zama-Afrika seyisukile impi yayifundiswa ngithi niphume ngenkani ngoba niyakhankasa nisabalalisa ulwazi olunzulu elinimunye eRegenesys Business School. Ngithi namhlanje thina sizobungaza ukugcotshwa kwebutho, ibutho olomeleleyo, ibutho elitshela umbila elitsheni likhithikile. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. You who has mastered the art of juggling school hardships with life obstacles, because your frying pan perfectly penetrated your purifying personal perfection. Indeed, those were repeatedly packed pieces of your minds. Namhlanje ngithi kini bumani ningene eshashalazini niyaqaqa imikondo eqaqene.
Let's give a round of applause to another staff member, Stanley, who's our praise poet, and really picked up the energy, praising you for your work, your sacrifice, and getting to this point. Dr. Khumalo, with your permission, we shall now proceed with the awarding of certificates. Dr. Khumalo. So on stage, we have Dr. Khumalo that will do the capping. We have Ms. Patience Inyoni, that many of you are familiar with in the undergrad school. She really is the heart of Regenesys that will hand you your scroll. Please note that when you hand your scroll back into our rooms, it is at that point that you will receive your certificate at the end. And then, who's doing the hooding? No, there's no hooding here. There's no hooding. And our registrar is at the back, Deborah McPhail. Dr. Khumalo, will you award the highest certificate in business management in credit banking to the candidates I'm honored to present to you?
Yes, I will.
Okay, the one candidate is in is absent, will you award it in absentia? We now move on to the highest certificate in business management. Dr. Kamalo, will you award the highest certificate in business management to the candidates I'm honored to present to you? Thank you. And now to our candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment they've been waiting for. So we're asking and encouraging you, even if it is not your loved one on stage, you know what your loved one went through. So please encourage all our graduates that come on stage. I'm now congratulating Tebogo Lerumo Gessen Morule. Congratulations, Malapapa Lina Nene. Naledi Dineo Tenyane. Devane Tamia Ryan. Congratulations, Owen Mangaliso Subuke Mangesana. Sensho Sam Titi. Abubakar Hendrik Netia Bennett. Sorry. We now have our students from Suzuki graduating. So congratulations to our client Suzuki and the employees that they are uplifting. Our first candidate from Suzuki, cum laude Grant Ludwig van der Merwe. Piet Benjamin Weber. At Regenesys, we talk about giving. So here's Given Simon Malulemane. Oh, and how could I forget this? One who gives receives abundantly. So here's Given with a cum laude. Praveen Naidu, another cum laude. I can see Suzuki hitting great heights through Regenesys graduates. Mohammed Hussein Tayeb, congratulations. Congratulations, Felix Husselman. Where does Suzuki stop? Weinand Berger. Jean Botma. Yuan Goldie. Chokotso Stefan Pizzo. Also Suzuki. The last Suzuki. Last but not least of Suzuki, and ending it off with cum laude, Tumelo Hope Mulelo. What is this? Which one? You're going to BBS. Dr. Kamalo, will you award the Bachelor of Business Administration in Retail Management?
Yes, I will.
Loshni Govender, congratulations. Retail. Nicole Lucille Capade. Retail. Another Retail Management Bachelor of Business Administration, Zinizi Leburu. Let's give a round of applause for all our retail management students. Shaping the way we bank. Let's look at the future graduates in banking. Dean, will you award the Bachelor of Business Administration in Banking to the candidates I'm honored to present to you?
Yes, I will.
Which bank are you with? Okay. So here we have one of our bankers, Philip Tamsanka Moitse. Congratulations. Congratulations, Musa and Kosinat Moloto. Thank you. Letshola Ketumile Muketsi. Thank you. Petunia Tobojo Leseko Tlapane. Congratulations. Letlo Honolo. Mohane is going to try my tongue twisting this morning, so let's see how awake I am. Mohane Lekloho Honolo Makoba. Shefahatso Marvin Mashiho. Riamochetsi. Congratulations, Riamochetsi Junior Lebejo. Congratulations, Coyote Philip Bonegan. Kislon Julian Nene Lechene. Congratulations. We now move on to a qualification that we're very proud to have graduates of. It was one started 4 years ago, and it's our Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. Eunice, you'll be especially proud of our accountants coming onto stage now. Dean, will you award the students I'm about to present to you for the Bachelor of Accounting Sciences?
Yes, I will.
Congratulations to Boho Mposi Mahawo. Here's perseverance. Babawa's hands are shaking. Babawa, you got this. Deep breath and you're going to stride across. Babawa Ntieba, congratulations. Congratulations, Pragasan Daniel Pillay. Congratulations, Faina Risanam Mudzi. Masindi Murovi. That's the way it is done, Mama. So we encourage you to ululate, applause, scream, chant. Congratulations, Turli Teka Mundele. Congratulations, Agnes Mulenga. Congratulations, Peter Mwewe. Congratulations to Lisile Zwane. Dr. Kamalo, we're now moving on to the Bachelor of Business Administration. Will you award the Bachelor of Business Administration to the candidates I am honored to present to you?
Yes, I will.
Congratulations, Noboyeni Jane Dlamini. Congratulations, Mpumelelo Mazipo Go. Congratulations, Brian Mololo. Sibueng. Mashlatsi. Congratulations, Sibuyeng Justina Manchlatsi. Congratulations, Gloria Ndebele. Your makeup looks stunning, Maria. Congratulations, Maria Emilia Kumbela. I can't say the same about your makeup, Muketsi. Congratulations, Muketsi Robert Lume. Congratulations, Feliswa Innocentia Subuza. Congratulations, Ntabising Kathy Toze. Congratulations, Melody Mbombo Luabeya. Bradley Luke Punnen. Wow, we've got Martin in the house. Luther John Sibagnoni. Monica Koliwe Ngwenya. Congratulations, Heinrich Werters. Jwara. Congratulations, Yoliswa Jwara. Cum laude, Selucia Naya. Congratulations, Mpumaleng Helen Sotetsi. Opa Jacob Satehe. Molakhadi Batlebele Portia Mosongwane. Tamsanga. Congratulations, Tamsanga Franz Sibaya. Whoa. Zamile? Congratulations, Zamile Marakhane. Congratulations, Moloto Jeremiah Kambule. Joyce Mashopola Rakoma. Congratulations, Homotso Moremedi. Cyprian Sizwe Modensela. I'm wondering, just like you, if he's related. Larato Rebecca Kubeka. Wilson Selo Beloy. Sifundu Makanya. Nafisa Ibrahim Sabadia. Letlenolo Manamela Chantal. Congratulations. Matapelo Jane Motluong. Riabetse Dintle Rapola. Koketso Lucas Matapo. Congratulations. Tarakia Menias. Thakia Menias. Congratulations. Tinswalo Adelaide Shlungwane. Joshua Pinar. I'm loving the applause. I think we can go a notch higher now. Nivad Rajagopal, congratulations. Velile Anthony Mashaba. Congratulations, James Amala. Tando Aziz Memory Manda, congratulations. Beautiful traditional wear. Khomotso Josephine Lechanyane. Congratulations, Nomtebe Glorious Beloyi. You have to go partying after this. That dress needs a party. Okay? Nonkuleleko Petunia Nkosi. Kishal. Congratulations, Kishal Maharaj. Congratulations, Shepo Morgan Molamu. Congratulations, Lerato Moroa. Congratulations, Ntawuti. Congratulations, Ntawuti. Cum laude, Likolo Shilo Funde. Congratulations. Wow. Wow. These ladies have dolled up. You must be influencers. Congratulations, Pumla and Kosi. Well done on your traditional wear. Funani Precious Kutuma. Funani Precious Katuma. Funanani. Did I get it right? Thank you. Apologies for the names when I don't get it right. Congratulations, Taryn Lee Ogle. Nokutula Mina Chauke. Congratulations. People, when you're naming your children, just always remember graduation day. Remember what it's going to sound like on that day the next time you have children, right? Congratulations, Tembile Agna Mabena. Lebohang Elias Khokome. Wah, wah, wah. Cum laude Tatu Mokoka. Tietsetso. Congratulations, Tietsetso Konopi. Lorraine Pumzile Ntumbela. Congratulations, Kershni Modli. Licio Matonsi. Congratulations. Congratulations to the beautiful Kanyesile Ashley Masongo. Bonile Kondile Dlamini. Congratulations. Congratulations, Tabang Nayalunga. Lazoya Kayo. Congratulations. Tell them to put their name cards the right way. Congratulations, Eileen Machepo Marke. Cum laude, Jabilile Marcia Nkambinde. Congratulations for the hard work to get there. So here's Dananda Talent on stage. Congratulations to Clementia Nolasindo Kumalo, known as Cindy. Right. So Dean, we're just going back to BBA Banking. 2 students from BBA Banking. I will be awarding to BBA Banking. Will you award the Bachelor of BBA Banking to the candidates I'm honored to present to you?
Yes, I will.
Tabang Boyce Marema. Bachelor of Accounting Science to Vulani Bronwyn Nayakane. Right, we'll now have, thank you everyone. Let's give all our students that have been up here a round of applause. So one among you has been chosen today to represent you and be the voice of the students today. Today we're privileged to have one of our students, Ms. Lerato Moro, to be our student representative. Lerato?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is quite an honor and a privilege to stand before you today. I would like to start by acknowledging the Regenesys Business School leadership, our dedicated faculties, distinguished guests, the corporate sector, fellow graduates from the various graduate programs, as well as proud family members and friends. We thank you all for being here to celebrate this wonderful moment with us. Thank you to all of you. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I stand before you today. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lerato Moro, and I'm not just standing here as a graduate, but also as a testimony of resilience, courage, and determination. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the corporate sector for recognizing the value of continual learning and professional development. In particular, I'd like to extend a heartfelt appreciation to Suzuki, a company that has proven its commitment to human development by investing in its employees through education. Thank you. It encouraged and supported its employees, its staff, to pursue the higher certificate in business management. Suzuki is not only empowering individuals, but also contributing to the broader growth of South Africa's economy through skills development and leadership enhancement. We'd like to see more of such initiatives from the corporate sector, and we welcome such initiatives championed by Suzuki. A round of applause to Suzuki for that. I've earned a Bachelor of Business Administration degree over 3 years, and it is a remarkable achievement, I can tell you that. I managed to do that through the EdForAll Foundation, the program, and I would like to thank EdForAll for bridging access to education by introducing innovative and accessible funding solutions that allow more individuals to pursue their qualifications. For many of us gathered here, this program was more than a path to a qualification. It was a lifeline. It offered us a chance to pursue our dreams despite our limitations, to rise above circumstances, and to rewrite the narratives of our lives. Though the journey wasn't always smooth, we navigated a new world of online learning, which had its fair share of challenges. I remember days when students couldn't see presentation slides. Some students couldn't log in. Some students couldn't access the portal due to network issues. There were moments when load shedding made attending class seem like an extreme sport. And delayed exam access added to our anxieties. But through it all, the Regenesys leadership and the student support teams remained committed, adaptable, and they were very present during those times. And we thank you for that. They didn't just see us as students, but they saw us as people trying our best in difficult conditions. So I sincerely thank the Regenesys leadership for standing by us. Your resilience truly mirrored ours, and your commitment to delivering quality education against all odds will never be forgotten. To our student representatives who volunteered their time, energy, and commitment to assisting us with student-related challenges, we thank you. It was not an easy task, and we appreciate you for that. So to the Kings and the Sherrys and the Marshas and the Lucindas, we thank you for your time and your commitment. To my fellow graduates, I want you to look to the manager next to you, look at them, please, please, and say, we did it. And we did it all while juggling work, families, side hustles, and many personal responsibilities. But now, the real work begins. We enter a world where unemployment amongst graduates continues to rise. It's a reality that we simply cannot ignore. And that is why I'm excited to be part of the Regenesys Alumni family. Regenesys Alumni faculty, we're looking forward to be part of that. And we will be able to engage meaningfully with that department, where we will be able to network. It will be a bridge to networking opportunities, career guidance, mentoring programs, and funding advice for entrepreneurs. However, we are not only takers, but we are also givers, managers. We are looking forward to sharing our time and expertise with fellow Regenesys students. As Regenesys alumni, we are committed to actively contributing to our economy as entrepreneurs and conscious leaders. On a personal note, for me, this degree is opening doors that were once closed. Earning my BBA degree has been a transformative journey. As an entrepreneur in the renewable energy space, this qualification has not only sharpened my strategic thinking, but my business acumen as well. It has also given me confidence to lead with purpose and navigate the complex industry challenge that I come across. It has strengthened the foundation of my business and opened doors to greater collaborations, funding opportunities, and partnerships across the continent. Looking ahead, my degree is more than a milestone. It is a launchpad. It represents new possibilities in project development, business expansion, and contributing meaningfully to the green economy. I now stand better equipped to influence change, champion sustainability, and create opportunities for others. The way forward is filled with potential, and I'm really ready to walk through every open door with knowledge, skill, and resilience this journey has given me. As we look to the future, graduates, I encourage each and every one of you to keep building ourselves up. This degree is a great foundation, not a final destination. We must constantly upskill, keep learning, adapt to a changing world. There's a new thing called AI. We need to adapt to it. Whether we adapt through short courses, mentorships, reading, or practical experience, just do it. Managers, and just like our very own Ms. P would say, managers. Invest in your growth. Stay curious, stay hungry, and above all, stay kind. Let us be the generation that leads with integrity, who builds businesses that create jobs, and who innovates with purpose. And we lift others as we arise, just as the Regenesys attributes prescribe for us. To the families and friends who supported us and held us accountable, thank you very much. We thank you all. And to our deputy parents, AKA our children, roles were often reversed in a lot of instances. I know with me, my deputy parent being my daughter, I often had to be accountable to her. So thank you. And to our academic faculty and the student support administrators, we thank you all. To my fellow graduates, congratulations! Today, we celebrate our achievement, and this is the beginning of a lot yet still to come. Let us go forward boldly and let our success be a victory for many. Well, I was going to say the Nelson Mandela quote, but it was taken earlier. So I'll repeat it for some of you. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So managers, go out there and change the world. I thank you all. Thank you.
Lorato, which qualification was she for? It was, I think it's a BBE. I wasn't sure. For that moment, I thought that maybe one of the public students, the schools from the public students came up in Lorato, because she's certainly heading towards presidency. Don't you think so? She's got that power of speech to emote, to really move you. So Lorato, stay in business, learn all you need to, and I think government's the way to go and make change. Thank you. Let's give it another resounding round of applause. So I'm going to go back to something Charlotte had said earlier. You remember Charlotte said at 22, she was doing nursing and studying and raising a baby. Now that baby happens to be here today. So I thought it would fail us if we didn't introduce this 5.2 million Instagram follower, Bonang Matabe, who is a prominent South Africa media personality, radio host, television presenter, and businesswoman, known very much for her fashion, being an icon in the fashion industry as well. And this is none other than Charlotte's daughter. Bonang, would you mind just standing up for everybody to see you? So you see, it can be done when you have babies at 22 with 5.2 million followers, and you get 5 qualifications as well. If Charlotte could do it and Bonang could become this famous, this is where you are, graduates too. I'm now going to call upon our very famous Miss Patience Inyoni. I know our BBA students love you. To present the Dean's Award and the Top Student Award. Miss Patience Inyoni. Come on, let's bring down the roof for her. Patience, not just us telling you, you can feel the love in this room, right? The highest certificate in business management award goes to Alcinda Mbina. Alcinda. Patience, you're going to have to give it to her on another day. She missed her Instagram moment. But we'll get in touch with Alcinda. Thank you, Patience. We were talking quite a few times about education being this powerful weapon to change the world. And it starts with changing ourselves. And I'm now going to introduce and bring onto stage our chairperson and shareholder, Dr. Marco Sharavanya, whose mission in life is to change the world through conscious leadership. He traveled some 31 years ago into Africa and then made his way into South Africa as a development monk, where he built a school in Orange Farm, spending 7 years of his life dedicated to educating children in their early development years. And today, I'm sure Marco, together with Dr. Penny Law and Dr. William Vivian, are exceptionally proud as we have our 5th graduation this week to see more than 500 students up until this graduation walk across with certificates in their hands. Thank you to the 3 of you for making this dream of education, using education as a powerful tool to change the world. Let's give our shareholders and Dr. Marco a round of applause before he stands up. Not only a development monk, Marco has been a serial entrepreneur and a disruptive individual by nature that challenges, and a lot of the speakers and our students spoke today about harnessing the power within, the virtues of perseverance, patience, resilience, sacrifice, and he truly embodies this on a very deep level. And those that work with him and our students that grow and go through us also understand this through his daily messages on WhatsApp that are part of the secrets of success. And our customer services individuals and our administrators ensure that you receive this on a daily basis to read and grow with us. I also, before Marco comes on stage, also wants to talk about something that he's revolutionized in education, and that was brought and made possible that Lerato could walk on stage today as an EdForAll student, making education accessible for those that are financially disadvantaged or cannot afford premium business private school rates as well. So over to you, Dr. Marco Sharavanya. Thank you.
Thank you, Indrani. I would like to thank all of you students, guest speakers, Regenesys staff. This is a very emotional moment for us. So much energy in the room, so much emotion. Lerato, your talk was so beautiful, so inspiring. I said it was a presidential speech, you know. If you venture into politics, and I'm sure you will go very, very, very far. Yeah. So thank you so much for summarizing your experience of you and your students, what you went through in a very gracious way. I know it was not easy, and thank you for focusing on positive side of the journey and highlighting a little bit of negative side. I know there was much more to it, you know. So thank you, students. For those of you who went through 3 years, someone said suffering, 3 years of suffering. There was a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, unslept nights, midnight oil burnt, assignments, exams, cognitive conflict, pressure from all sides, from inside of you and outside of you, family, work. So thank you for not giving up. Thank you for persevering. When we addressed you at the orientation day on the first day, we said to you, this program is going to change your life. It will change your life forever. We just ask you one thing, that don't give up, you know. Just continue. Don't give up. Push, 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 push. Fight, 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 fight. And we told you also we will not anyone let down. We will hold your hands. We will help you to lift you up when you feel giving up. And you feel like all your world crumbles down and you feel like you don't have any more energy left to get up and to continue the fight. So thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for not giving up. And thank you for everything you went through. I want to apologize to you also for all pain that the Regenesys caused to you. And I know I tell to my staff, academic staff, to make you work very, very, very hard. I almost tell them that kill them, make them work super, super hard, because there's no success, there's no learning, there's no greatness without hard work. So that's our instruction. And we tell them also, no one can pass, if they don't deserve. You must fail them all, but give them second chance and give them extra sessions, give them bridging program, tutoring, extra session, help them, but make them work very hard. So that's what we do at the Regenesys. We make you really work hard, but we make sure also that you succeed and you make it to the last line. So I want to apologize for the pain because and I know also sometimes we let you down with service delivery. Recently we went through major technology problem, changing ERP system from old to new. And there was a lot of problems we experienced with data migration and all this. So my deepest apologies for administrative problems, we caused to you. I know sometimes you're not happy with the marks you got. Maybe you got 69 and you thought, you should get, 75, But I want to tell you now, really, that doesn't really matter, Most important is that you graduated. No one is going to ask you, did you get, 69 or 72 or, that doesn't really matter, So I want to thank you also for entrusting your lives with Regenesys. Not only your lives, but also lives of your family. So I want to tell you that we take it extremely, extremely seriously. And we are deeply grateful for entrusting your lives with Regenesys and for being part of Regenesys' dream. All of us together today, we're here because of this beautiful dream of making the world a better place through education, by developing leaders, conscious leaders. That's the reason why we're here together, because we want to solve the problems. We want to make the world a better place. And all these problems we're experiencing today are human, people created. Root cause of all these problems is leadership. Only way we can change this world and solve the problems is by developing better leaders. So every leader we develop creates ripple effect. Now, as you go out in the world, you'll create ripple effect in your family, in your company, your country, and the world. So I want to thank to all speakers. Thank you so much for your time. I know your time is very precious. You have huge responsibility on your shoulders. Thousands of employees. And billions of rands on your shoulders, ensuring that you can pay salaries every month, you can create jobs, you can create economic development and happiness in the world. Just to make a few points about what our speakers have spoken today. And we had some amazing speakers this week. This week we had 4 graduations. Day before we had the CEOs of SPAR, and ESCOM, and Standard Bank, Sim Shabalala, and today, Goldfields and Sasol. Today afternoon, we have country head of Google, South Africa. We have some amazing, amazing speakers. And it's a very interesting, very common thing, common message from all of them that come to students about success and what to do to succeed after your graduation now. So I just want to emphasize and highlight again that message so it will stay with us. So you spoke about thinking big and taking risk. You said, be ambitious. So that's my message to you again. Think big, students. What you think you become. If you think small, you become small. If you think mediocre, you become mediocre. If you think big, you become big. Be ambitious. Charlotte said, be hungry. Lerato, same message from all of them. Be ambitious. Think big. Have a big dream, big vision. After that, persevere, don't give up. You fail only when you give up. They spoke about resilience endurance. When I met today, is it Yunus? Sorry, I'm not good with names. First time when I met you in the boardroom, I felt your humility. You spoke about humility, and Charlotte also. Don't allow your power now to go into your head. Knowledge is power. You are empowered now. You are transformed. As you went through this program has changed your life. Thousands of seeds have been planted. Your vocabulary has changed. Your level of confidence. You're able now to think differently, to communicate, to persuade, to argue, to sell, to negotiate, to strategize, to plan, to execute. You're different people now. You're empowered now. Don't allow that power now to go into your head. That's why at the Regenesys we approach education holistically. We don't want to be like other universities and Ivy League universities globally who develop graduates who are arrogant and greedy and self-centered. We want to develop graduates who are humble, spiritually intelligent, emotionally intelligent, in addition to intellectually very smart and clever. Very interestingly, both speakers today spoke about rejection, how they were rejected. I was also rejected. I was studying at Wits Business School. I did my postgraduate diploma and applied for MBA. And I was rejected. I wasn't good enough to get into MBA. And at that time, Nick Bendel was dean of Wits Business School. And later on, he left and started Gibbs. And I ended up doing masters in management and then my doctorate in performance management. And then we started Regenesys, Penny, myself, and Vivian, more or less same time when Nick Bendel started Gibbs. And many years after it, 20 years after it, I met Nick Bendel and said, Nick, I was rejected, from Wits Business School, Well, he couldn't remember, there were many students. But now I have built bigger business school than Wits Business School or Gibbs, So similar experience to you, the people you were reporting to you eventually. Yeah. So students, I just want to reassure you that we will take care of you for the rest of your life. I know some of you think, you've paid a lot of money and education is expensive, and it is expensive, But I want to reassure you that investment you made, you'll get returns millions and millions of times. You'll be taken care of for the rest of your life, free of charge. Every week you'll get knowledge from Regenesys, newsletter, knowledge about leadership, knowledge how to thrive and succeed in a new digital world. Not only knowledge about management and leadership, but knowledge also about how to get your financial freedom through Regenesys Investment Fund. You'll get also knowledge about healthy. We have a healthy company that helps students to live healthy life, exercise, how to manage stress, how to eat healthy. So we're going to give you knowledge, holistic knowledge, the rest of your life to continue to grow and thrive. So I want to encourage you again, to think big and dream big. As you went through this personal mastery program, develop big goals on every level. On financial level, develop goal to be millionaire and billionaire to achieve financial freedom. Think big. On intellectual level, don't stop now. Continue. Don't take pedal off your accelerator. Some of you have suffered for 1 year for certificate program. Some of you 3 years for bachelor's degree or 4 years. Continue postgraduate diploma, master's, doctorate. I want to encourage both of you also to do your doctorate with Regenesys. Each one of you is intelligent enough to get the doctor title in front of your name. Okay. You have experience, you have conquered your fears. You remember when you started, you had doubts, you were sure if you're intelligent enough, to pass all these assignments, exams, Now you are. You are intelligent enough. You are beautiful. You are special. You're 1 out of 8 billion people in this world. Remember that? 1 out of 8 billion people in this world. Means you're special. You're born on this planet Earth for special reason. To do something big and great, to change the world, to make it a better place, to reduce suffering, to increase happiness. That's the reason why you're born. That's the purpose in your life. The reason why you came to Regenesys is to develop that power, to awaken your potential, and to pursue your purpose. That's the reason why you came here. So thank you for that. This degree is not just about your own money and power, ego, name, and fame. It's something greater than you. It's for the world, to make the world a better place. I have no doubt you will make a difference in the world. So I want to thank you again. I wish you good luck. Please share your success stories. I know some of you will become great entrepreneurs. Rato, I hope you build the greatest renewable energy in Africa and the world, and become billionaire, employ thousands of people. If it doesn't work, I want you at Regenesys. I want you to be part of our staff and faculty. You're so talented. I've offered two of you, when you retire, also please come and be academics, lecturers, share your knowledge and wisdom at Regenesys, you know. So, good luck, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
You're the only speaker I don't have a present to gift, so we gift you the graduates today. As you celebrate this significant achievement, remember that your connection with Regenesys, like Marco spoke about, extends far beyond this graduation ceremony. So we encourage you to join the Regenesys Alumni of over 300,000. That's very vibrant community of professionals dedicated to lifelong learning, networking, and also mutual support. Visit our alumni information desk today, just out at reception, and discover many ways that we would love you to be involved in Regenesys, to become the very people that encourage and lift others to join this institution and become your colleagues as alumni too. Just a reminder that your gowns have to be returned. Gloria, you are going to have a problem, Gloria in Ndebele. So please collect your tickets to return your gown from the very beautiful lady that's to my left-hand side. Once you return your gown, you will be able to collect your certificates at the auditorium. That's to the left-hand side. You'll see the ramp. And then our photo booths will graciously remain open for a very short period for the latecomers up until 1:15, 13:15, because we have our next group of graduates that will be joining us in the photo booth as well. But now I think let's take a moment to have your Instagram moments, right? Everybody wants to get out to social media. So if you wouldn't mind all standing up. Academics and graduates, throw your caps. Right. So I was told it's on your marks, get steady. What is it, Viv? On your marks, get steady and go. So it's only 3. Right. I give 1 for composure. But let's all stand up, hold your caps in hand. Paparazzi, are you available for this moment? Right. On the count of 3, we're all going to throw our hats up. Bonang, stand up. Everybody wants you on their Instagram picture, Bonang. Everybody wants to know that you were at their graduation. Right. 1, 2, 3. Remain standing. Remain standing, our choir. If you can lead us into our dance moment. Stay on Instagram, everybody.
Sana marena, sana marena, kuboya tuto sana marena. Sana marena.
Regenesys own choir.
Sana marena, kuboya tuto.
I know the academics have dancing feet. Try it.
Okay, okay, all right. That's too fast. Hello, hello. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down and get them involved. Okay, we slow it down and get them involved, right? Da ten tekele, da ten tekele, da ten tekele. Da ten tekele, da ten tekele, da ten tekele. Oh, Linda Karata, Ibata Wiapara, it's about the boo, Batu, Harifele, oh, Linda Karata, Ibata Wiapara, wow, Yabatu, Harifele, Sainamari, Tate Tekele. Atentekele, Tatentekele, Quad! Oh, Linda Gavata, Ivata Viapara. Aha! That's how you do it.
A round of applause. Thank you. Thank you to our School of Law, Regenesys Education, Koya. Let's give Koya a round of applause. You may be seated. Dr. Kamalo, will you kindly award certificates and degrees to candidates whose names appear on the program but were not present today?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Kamalo, I now request you to dissolve this assembly.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I now dissolve this assembly of Regenesys.
May you please rise so that our academic procession can now depart from our venue. Once again, thank you very much to our esteemed academics and our guest speakers, families, friends, and our graduates today, and we will honor our procession as they depart.
Post molestem selectutem, nos habebitus, nos habebitus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus, gaudeamus igitur, juvenes dum sumus, post juventem estem senetutem, nos habebitus, nos
The party has begun. Congratulations, enjoy your celebrations safely, but party.
Turn it around when they triumph over poverty. I wanna be there when the people win the battle against AIDS. I wanna lend a hand. I wanna be there for the alcoholic. I wanna be there for the drug addict. I wanna be there for the victims of violence and abuse. I wanna lend a hand, sir, to Mamina, to Mamina, it's easy. To Mamina, to Mamina, it's easy. I wanna be there when the people win the battle against AIDS. I wanna lend a hand. I wanna be there for the victims of violence and abuse. I wanna lend a hand, sir, to Mamina, to Mamina, it's easy.
nabika magamamna nabele ngaphathe ishele sizomzulu nabika magamamna nabele ngaphathe ishela ipi enagazi obafunda khona amina ishela ipi enagazi obafunda khona